Second City. We have a big family of friends and wonderful, talented people who sometimes drop by and visit us. And tonight we're all very fortunate because we have some very special guests. They have a podcast called Sex Talk with My Mom, and they have been on some very big lists about the best sex podcasts in the world. They've been on the Today Show, and they're going to come here. We're going to talk about sex. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. So please welcome out KarenLee and Cam from Sex Talk with My Mom. Okay, so you guys want to introduce yourselves? Tell them about who you are.
We want to tell them the
Okay.
whole scoop.
So we are Sex Talk with My Mom.
I'm the mom.
So I'm Cam Poter,
And I'm KarenLee Poter.
and my mother is a sex expert, a cougar, and the world's oldest living millennial.
And my son is a stand-up comic, a mime, and a Buddhist clown.
Whoa.
Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah. So we talk about sex twice a week, which is quite normal.
Doesn't everybody?
Who here talks about sex with their parents? A round of applause.
Not like him. Not like him.
Who here just would never talk about sex with their parents?
Okay, so a little on a backstory. Why don't you tell them?
Okay, throwing it right on me. Like, yeah, why do we talk about sex twice a week? That sounds like a nightmare. But we do it because, well, we've always been very close.
Yes.
And when I was younger, my dad passed away. And then she decided to create a YouTube channel, as all mothers do.
Well, I actually was looking for some information about dating in the 40s, you know, due to a death or divorce. And I looked everywhere, I couldn't find anything, so I said, well, if you can't beat them, join them. I'll make my own YouTube channel. And I thought, that's great. I'm going to have all these women that are going to want to learn about dating and sex and everything. And the only people I got to listen or watch the channel were 18 to 35-year-old horny guys. That was it. So, again,
He was watching.
I knew you looked familiar.
So I unfortunately, this was affecting my life, so I needed to do something with it. So I, for example, I would go online, and this is a true story. I looked up oral sex tips on YouTube, and the first video that popped up was a video called "A Cougar's Tips on Oral Sex, Part 3" by KarenLee Poter.
I'm very proud of both 1, 2, and 3.
So I started talking about my stand-up. Eventually, we're like, well, we're using the same source material. And so
And you use my book, A Cougar's Guide to Getting Your Ass Back Out There,
she's redefining the term cougar.
to be a confident, older, unique, genuine, assertive, and racy woman. I have to ask, are there any cougars in the house? Yes.
Oh, yes!
Yes.
Yes, so we made this podcast to start talking about sex, open up those boundaries, maybe make someone laugh or cringe. And we thought we'd do that with you guys tonight. Does that sound good to you?
Well, we're breaking our virginity here on the stage of Second City. This is such a huge honor for me, by the way. I've come to see Second City all my life. I grew up in Chicago, just moved to LA a couple years ago, but this is a huge deal. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. And for me as well. So we thought maybe the theme of tonight could be first times. Okay? So Mother, in 3 words, how would you describe the first time you had sex?
Okay. There's an ew. I'm gonna say it. Fat. Phenomenal. Oops.
What the fuck? Fat?
Yes.
Why fat? Were you fat?
No.
Was he fat?
Not really, but his name was Fat Donnie. And he wasn't fat.
Why did they call him Fat Donnie?
I don't actually know.
pH 18.
No, it wasn't. That was way before pH.
Okay. So you said phenomenal?
Phenomenal.
Of course.
Great. It was phenomenal.
Jesus Christ.
It set the tone for
Okay.
my life. Okay. It's really important to have a really good first time, and it was everything I had dreamed of. But
We got a wow at the end here.
it was.
That's right. Not me.
Oh, we're going to get to you. We'll get to you. And now the oops. The oops is a little uncomfortable.
Oh, good.
Because I didn't expect that I was going to be having sex. And so just for preliminary caution, I thought I might get my period, so I put a Tampax in.
What?
Yeah, I put it in, and I kind of didn't know what to do, and I was a little embarrassed, so I just said, okay, fuck, I have sex with the Tampax in. And
Oh my God.
And it got stuck up there. It was horrible. I had tried to get it out, and it was a terrible experience. Why are you looking at me like that? I'm being honest.
We have done this podcast for 3 years. We've had so many virginity episodes.
That's what I have.
You have never mentioned a tampon being in there.
I wanted to share something special on Second City. Eventually, after much struggle, we got it out. I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital. It was very, very embarrassing. Didn't talk to the guy for a full week.
A full week?
Yeah, he ghosted me.
A week is not enough. It should have been much longer.
Oh, we had great sex after that. Anyway.
Oh my God.
So, Cam, why don't you tell me in 3 words about your losing of your virginity?
Why so quick?
Oh, man, this is going to be a doozy. What happened?
Both times. Why so quick?
What do you mean both times? You lost your virginity 2 times?
Well, it was one session with 2 times. And the first time it was like 2 pumps and that was it.
Oh, disappointing.
Relax. What did you call me just now? Who is screaming?
2-pump jump.
2-pump jump, unfortunately, was my first, second, and all the rest times. So, I'm learning. So anyway, yeah, apparently this was evident to the person I was having sex with because after the 2 pumps, she goes, "Wait a minute, are you a virgin?" And I said, "Not anymore." And
So proud.
yeah, that was a good moment.
That was great.
And then we did it again, and that was like 1 pump.
Mortified.
Anyway, so before we get to you guys,
We wanna hear
we're all
from it.
dying to hear how you guys lost your virginity, if you have.
You got a good story.
Oh shit!
It's not that good. Don't hype this up. Okay, it's not.
We want to go into the audience first.
Yes. So just to your neighbor, turn to hopefully,
Preferably someone you do not know.
maybe just the 3 words that best describe your
Just
first
the 3
time.
words. You don't have to go into detail about your Tampax and all that. Just 3 words.
Just 3 words.
It doesn't even have to be to us. It's just your neighbor.
I see a lot of uncomfortable families refusing to make eye contact. You can tell me.
Yeah. Come on. You can trust Ryan. She won't tell anyone.
There's families who are like, we should have left.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, great. So did anyone hear 3 words that just stood out to them? as
Raise your hand if you've
outrageous?
heard the most crazy, outrageous words. Raise your hand.
Everyone-
Don't be shy.
Who here thinks that they heard the most outrageous words? It's not about you. It's about, the stranger next to you.
Look at how everybody clams up.
Clams up.
This is mortifying.
What if you win a sex talk with my mom sticker?
Oh, come on. Yeah, we go. Big there.
Wait, no, we saw your hand, bro.
Okay, but it's mine, not somebody else.
All right, we'll take that. We'll take it.
Mom found out.
Oh, we're
This
gonna
is
get.
perfect.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
Was it so horrible?
Yeah, so I went to the movies afterwards, and there was about 50 missed calls, about like 40 mixed text messages. There was evidence. Let's say.
But how was it?
Tough in the beginning, but great by the end.
Oh.
That's an incredible response.
Awesome.
Yeah, tough in the beginning. Well, thank you for sharing. This is for you after the show.
Yeah.
Well done. Hold us to it. Yeah. Okay, so it sounds like you have a very funny story.
Yeah, you want me to pop off?
Oh!
I'm gonna pop up and say your name first.
Yeah, and what are the 3 words?
Okay, my name is Nate Verone, and 3 words, let's say, confident, confusing, and hilarious.
Okay.
Should I launch in?
Yeah, I think you gotta launch in. That's a good
Okay,
one.
is anyone familiar with the island Put-in Bay in Ohio? Yes? Okay, well, it's an island in Lake Erie, and I worked there every single summer in college, and I worked at the Boardwalk. It's a restaurant there that sells lobster bisque. Has anyone been to the fucking Boardwalk at Put-in Bay? A couple people, hell yes, the bisque is good, get the bisque, that's the slogan. So anyways, there was a server there. I was 21 at the time, you know, horny teenager, or I guess not teenager at that time. I was a teenager at heart, for sure. I was an adult, but a teenager at heart. And I was dating a server there, and we were just like, you know, making out and stuff, and she was also a virgin. And you had to go off on the mainland, as we called it, to get any supplies or anything. So we were like, okay, we're gonna have sex, and we went to the mainland together to get some condoms, and went back to the island on a ferry, and started having sex. Also, she's very religious. She was very religious, and she said, you can only put the tip in. So this was tip-only sex. So she said, just the tip, not the full dick. Didn't want the full dick, just wanted the tip. And I said, okay, we're going to do just the tip sex. So, you know, I'm sticking the tip in and doing, you know, like just little tiny, you know, back and forth motions with the tip. Just the tip in. Just the tip. Back and forth a little bit, you know, got probably like, you know what I'm saying, like 6 pumps, you know what I'm saying? Beat you, buddy. Beat your ass, got 6 pumps. More than 2, I'll tell you that much. Got more than 2. Fucking exploded in the condom, you know what I'm saying, how it goes. And so I fucking came, you know what I'm saying?
We're so glad.
She's definitely unsatisfied for sure. And I swear to God this happened. Swear to God. After I was done, I was like, you know, right here, and I was like, okay. Went back here on the bed, put my hands on the top of my head like this, and I leaned over to her and I said, did we just have sex? And then she said, no, we definitely did not. So that's pretty much it.
So technically that wasn't how you lost your virginity.
Well, it was, you know what, I had a kind of a crisis because I was like, did I lose my virginity? I was talking to all my guy friends. They were like, yeah, you stuck the dick in. You got, it doesn't matter how far you get in. You lost your virginity. You got the tip in, you lost it. So I kind of counted that as my virginity loss in my head.
Well, we'd like to hear the rest of the crew.
Wait, before we move on, I have a quick question.
Yes, questions.
What did you ever get to the bottom line of like why did she only want the tip?
Yeah, why the tip?
Because I think she was like religious and just in her head she was like, if it's just the tip, like it's okay. Like Jesus doesn't want the full D in. You know what I'm saying?
Did she have an orgasm, you think?
Hell no, are you kidding me? If she did, like, wow, like, good for her, but definitely not. I don't think so.
Well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That feels comfortable moving on now. Give it up for Nate.
That was one of the best stories we've heard yet to date.
Sure.
Well, the 3 words.
Okay, well, my name is Kimberly Michelle Vaughn, and I guess young MySpace love.
No way!
Yeah, Kimberly,
No way.
I'm going to give it to you even though it's technically 4 words. Young MySpace. Love.
No, MySpace is one word.
What?
Oh!
It was one word.
MySpace is before my time.
Oh, that's fine. Yes. MySpace. So I met my first love on MySpace. Because nobody would date me in my school. White boys were afraid to say they loved me. So I went out and then I found a black man in Carroll Stream. So we were dating. And I went to his homecoming, and my friend from high school as well, he went with me. And we drove in his tracker car, the little small box-ass cars. Is it called a tracker? Geo tracker, whatever. It was a toy Tonka car, small as fuck.
We like to call those
Yes.
sex machines.
It was. It was. So after the dance, I was all sweaty and like, you know, my curls are coming in. And and he was like, girl, we about to lose it tonight because we love each other. And I was like 15. Don't be sad. It wasn't some R. Kelly shit, okay? So we like parked in someone's car or someone's driveway, and then my friend Johnny, who owned the car, he went inside, and then Dre and I were in the back seat, and it was hot and steamy. And I was like pulling up my purple homecoming dress, and I was like, yes, I love you. And he had a condom, put it on, and sucking it, and it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad. It was the full D.
Started with the tip. That's what I'm saying. Work your way up to the dick.
And so, yeah. But we couldn't, it was just one pump, and then he had to get out, and then, because, like, my friend was coming out, and he saw it was all steamy, and he was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I wanted to lose my virginity in that car. And I was like, I'm so sorry. So, like, people were coming out. It was, like, someone else's house, so they're all like, bye. And I was like, I have to go curfew. So I was just, like, you know, a little bit bleeding and just be, like, so happy. In the backseat, like, you know, I lost it. I'm a woman. And then he cheated on me with some bitch at MySpace. I found out in the comments. Yes, I found out. Those comments will tell you everything, okay? Some bitch named Cynthia. But you know what? Love is love.
Yeah. and I'm sure she was not as good as you.
You know what? I can put it down now. Back then, I was just like... Love me! Yes!
MySpace.
Oh, Ryan. We already had Ryan on our podcast, and she already gave her the 3 words.
I did, and I can't remember exactly what they were, but I have got an idea.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, it was floppy college fast. Were those the words?
Yeah, it was something very similar.
Floppy dorm room. I was in a dorm room. I was 18 and I was like, I gotta get this over with. Anybody, anytime. Let's go. I can't be a virgin. Like American Pie was about like guys like wanting to lose virginity, but I'll tell you what, I was horny as hell since the day I was born. Thank you.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think I've seen so many uncomfortable faces in the audience since I've had this job. I want to say I know it's the Lord's Day, and I understand that we're all like, sex, what is it? But I do think that it's really cool that you guys do this, and talking about sex normalizes it, and I think that's really cool. So, and I see
my mom.
Yes. And I see some underage people, and I'm like, you know what? You need to hear it most. So I was in college. It was my boyfriend, and we started doing stuff. And at one point, he was like, "Wait, have you done this before?" And I was like, "Yes." Which was like so obvious. I was like. Like, I looked the most confused I think I've ever looked. I'm so glad there's not footage. It didn't last very long. It didn't hurt, but I was just, as soon as it was over, I was like, yeah! Like, straight up. And he had a joint, and he put on The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and we just, like, sat there, and I was like, I'm a woman. I'm a woman. And then we did it again. The second time I was like, oh, it feels good now.
So you did like it.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh,
It was great. But yes, it was great.
What, you said that one of the words was floppy.
Flop in the sense that it was just like,
You were flopping.
yes, on a fucking like a high twin dorm bed.
Oh, shit. That sounds
And his
so
roommate was
comfy.
gone. I never saw the roommate. I have no idea who lived with him. I was about to say his full name, and I won't.
Yeah, he might be watching.
He might
Yes.
be here.
He might be here.
His name is Dick Butkins.
I wonder if he knows Fat Donnie.
Oh, probably. Yeah, but it was great. I feel very lucky that it was great.
Yeah. I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, raise a hand. Did you guys all have good first times?
Or make some noise, because we can't see.
Make some noise. Yeah.
And then if you had less than satisfactory first time, make some
Make
noise.
some noise.
Oh, that's a very interesting poll.
That's why you need to listen to Sex Talk with my mom. That's why.
To have a better first time?
No, so you learn what to expect and to communicate what you need.
Oh, good. All right. That is nice. Thanks, Mom.
Hello, it is now my turn,
Yeah,
and my name is Emma, and your name too. I guess okay. So my 3 words would be scheduled, and counting crows. I guess that's 2 words. Hopefully the music director liked that one. Yeah, so it was my college boyfriend, really like my first boyfriend, and I had this like grandiose romantic idea of what like love and sex was, just only based off of 90s teen movies, you know what I mean? So I was like, it's never been kissed. This is what's happening to me. But so it was my college boyfriend, and we had been, I had been like, I think I'm ready. Which is like the sentence we all learned to say from a movie. I feel like I'm ready. And he was like, okay, great, babe. And then we were like, all right, let's do it on Saturday. So we knew it was coming, which is cool.
Schedule.
Was there a time?
I remember we were AIMing about it. Like, okay, so Saturday, and I was a freshman, he was a sophomore, so he had done it before. An older man, the first and last time. Okay, just kidding.
Cougar, right?
So then he came over, and I told my roommate to scram, because she was always kind of around, but I didn't say scram. I was just like, can I have the room? And then I put on Counting Crows, a full playlist of only Counting Crows. And the thing about this guy that I found out later was that it often took a very long time for
Opposite of Cam.
Thank you.
Yeah. Although I much would have preferred that, because it took so long, and I was like, it's great, I'm loving it. And at one point he was like, I don't know, maybe try getting on top. And I was like, okay, but like full virgin, like full, like I don't know anything that's going on. And later looking back on it, I'm like, that sucks. It was like fully all about him. And I was all in my head like, it is about him. I said I was ready, and I meant it, Which to me just meant, yeah, like, here I am. And now I'm like, oh, that's a little warped. But he was very sweet, and a lot of good lessons learned. And I'll never listen to Adam Duritz without thinking about that sweet night. That's the lead singer of the Counting Crows. He wore dreads. White man with dreads. Okay.
We're out of time. Oh, gotcha.
I'm right back there.
Hell yeah. Hey, I'm Tyler.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey, so I guess my 3 words would be, let's see, kind, okay, I'm not done. Raw dog, no. That felt weird to come out of my mouth. At home. So I guess I was in college. It was my college girlfriend, and we've been dating for a while. And there was already a moment where, because I feel like I kind of like didn't really like get to know like sex or anything like that until kind of like late in the game, kind of late bloomer, whatever. But we had been dating for a while. We had slept in the same bed together, which at the time my dumbass 18-year-old brain was like, I did it, I'm a man. And then my roommates and people were like, no, the fuck you didn't. And so we just like, well, I mean, like, yeah, we slept in the same, we felt each other, but it was also, yeah, we slept together. It was like, I've done it. What more is there? And so then one day, my folks, they'll never listen to this. My folks they were
Be
like,
surprised who listens to our show.
oh shit, okay, well, what up, Woodrow? So they were going on like a vacation, and I was just kind of like house sitting, and then there was a moment where it's like, hey, you wanna come house sit with me? Because I live like 20 minutes away from my college, and she came over, and we didn't do it in my room because I had a tiny ass twin bed, so we did it in the guest bedroom, and it was hella short. But then we did it again, and that was too long. And that was.
It's like the Three Little Bears, you know.
Yeah.
Can't get it right.
We didn't find that middle one that time, but we got there eventually. And I remember the first time it was like we had finished, and then it felt great, but then there was like immediate shame because I was like timing myself in my head. I'm like, no, this was way too short. and so like I was kind of like panicking. It was like, do you want some water? And then so I got up and like ran downstairs, and I was like getting some water, but I was like, it was like this weird like mixing of emotion because I was like, that was way too short, but I did it. And then so we came back up and did it again, and you learn something about myself. And I think I also like, I think at the time, talk about that, Emma, like I feel like in the time I was kind of like very much like focused on like myself, and I feel like I probably could have been more of like a, what is going on in your, because we were both virgins at the time, but it was just like, it was so caught up in the moment of like, this is happening, and it's so short. And it's just like, but we continue to date and continue to, we don't need, that's a different podcast. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Can I just say that Tyler timing himself in his head is a very Capricorn thing to do?
I'm just happy that your 3 words when you said it was kind at home, that it was just not with a family member. Because that was
no, they don't know I've had sex.
They do now.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
What 3 words?
My 3 words are Mothman Prophecy.
Mothman Prophecy.
Yeah, which is a movie. So in college, so this is how it starts off. It starts off. I'm living off campus in college. No longer, yeah, I know. So far, so good. Not living in the dorms. Fuck yes. And I'm on AOL's AIMs. I was Wee's doctor, WEEZDR, and it was a Friday night, you know, as what cool dudes do on Friday nights, they're on AIM chatting. And I'm chatting with I don't think this is weird, but I was chatting with a friend's sister who was like, I mean, like, you know, we were friends too. Like, I met her through him because I was friends with him first, but like, we were all sort of a group of friends, and she just started messaging like, damn, I am so horny right now.
What?
Yeah! And I was like, fuck yeah, me too. Yeah, now I am. And but she was talking about like, oh yeah, it sucks. I don't live in the dorms anymore. If I live in the dorms, I just grab a random guy in the hallway. And I'm like, yeah, I know what that's about. And she's like, do you want to come over? And like she went to a different college, it was like right next door. So like there's a 2-college town. So I'm like, yeah, for sure. And I have this cool Chevy S10 pickup truck. So I was like, well, let's go over there. Drive over. I guess it doesn't matter what the truck is, but I just am proud that I had a pickup truck. Helped a lot of friends move couches in college. But I go over there and she's like, hey, do you want anything to drink? And I was expecting like her to grab me and pull me in, like start, like, cause she said like she would just grab someone, like yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. So we sit down, we have a drink, and we're just like sort of. She pops on Mothman Prophecy. It's a pretty good movie actually. The first half. So but we're watching it like the second half it like loses steam. But so we're watching it and like I'm truly getting into it because I'd seen it a couple of times. I like cryptoids, which is like. What the Mothman is like a Bigfoot creature. Anyways, let's talk about sex.
Yeah.
So, like, but I'm really into it, and then like that's when she starts like sort of kissing me, and I'm like, okay, yeah. But I'm like still, like, it's on, and like I get distracted really easily. I can't read in a room where like people are, and I can't make out when the TV is on. I mean, I can, but it's like not good. So we're doing it for a while, and I'm like, can we please turn off Mothman Prophecy? And we do, and then we have sex, and we truly like we kiss for like 2 hours, and then we have sex for like 3 minutes. But like honestly,
seems to be the theme here tonight.
What's that?
It seems like it's a common theme.
Yeah, I think I'm. Yeah, I'm a really good kisser, as a lot of these guys are, I bet. And then and then it gets to the end, and you're like, you know what? We had a good time kissing. Let's just call it a day. And then I got back in my Chevy S10, and not important, but I drove home, and I was like, fuck, yes. But I have seen the end of Mothman, and it really is not that good.
You guys, you have phenomenal freaking stories. Let's give it a hand for the second city So, I think we have to wrap up. We gotta wrap up, guys.
Yeah.
We did have one favor to ask of you. If you can pull out your phone and go to the podcast app. If you're my age, it's that little microphone thing in your iPhone or whatever, or wherever you listen to podcasts, and press subscribe so you can hear Sex Talk with my mom.
Thank you guys so much for having us. This was a blast.
That was so